What's going on, JW Faction? My name is Joshua Williamson. It is Tier List Thursday. It's been a few weeks since I did a tier list. It's mainly because I didn't have any ideas for one, and during the Thursdays I didn't have time to make any videos. Uh, but anyways, for this tier list, and also forgive me, it's also been a while since I made a video. Well, not a while, just a few days since I made a video, and the reason why is because we had a big thunderstorm over where I lived Monday night. And a massive lightning strike fried the modem that gave me all my internet connection. So I lost internet connection, and got a different Wi-Fi network and a different password. It took me a while to remember that. Uh, and also, I just had a much busier life now that I got a new job. But anyways, for this tier list, as I've been getting to it, I'm going to be ranking breakfast foods. These are just common American breakfast foods over here. Some breakfasts in other countries are different. This is American breakfast. All right. But anyways, let's get started. We're ranking from champion down to unknown slash unranked. Okay, so let me get a drink. All right, but anyway, starting off, we have bacon. Bacon, very good. You can't go wrong with it. But people overrated to oblivion. But it is still one of my favorite breakfast foods. I'm going to put it at S tier. It's not going up at champion, okay, because people worship bacon, and I just don't want to, be one of those people. All right, but anyways, up next is a bagel with cream cheese. Now, this is an unpopular opinion. I never was a bagel person. I never really cared for bagels that much. Uh, they've always been kind of on the tough side for me. They're not soft at all, and they're not bad, but they're just not one of my favorites. I'm gonna put them at D tier. Again, not bad, but not very good to me. Alright, up next, buttermilk biscuits. Buttermilk biscuits are amazing. I'm gonna put them up at S tier as well. There's only a few things I'm gonna be putting up at champion, so keep those in mind. Up next, boiled eggs. Now, eggs, not one of my favorite things to begin with. I'm not the biggest egg fan. But boiled eggs is probably, in my opinion, probably the worst way to have an egg, if you ask me. That's just my opinion. I'm going to put them at F tier, simply because of that. I don't really like boiled eggs that much. But anyways, up next is a breakfast burrito. Breakfast burritos are great. I'm going to put them up at S tier as well. They're going up at S tier. What's your personal choices for a... My chair just broke a little bit. What's your personal choices for a filling for a breakfast burrito? My personal fillings for a breakfast burrito, can't really talk well right now. My personal filling choices are scrambled eggs, sausage, bacon, sauteed peppers, sauteed onions, and any sort of breakfast potato, whether it's a hash brown or like home fries. You get the idea. Those are my filling choices for a breakfast burrito. Alright, anyways, up next, granola bars. Now, I love granola bars, okay? But they're not a breakfast. So because of that, I'm going to put them at not breakfast. Because I don't feel like they're a breakfast food. So I love granola bars, but for that reason, they're going at not breakfast. Alright, up next, cereal. Now, I like cereal, okay? But two things. One, I don't like eating it in milk. I like eating it dry. But also, as good as cereal tastes, I don't see it as that much of a breakfast food. Well, it is a breakfast food, but it's not like, the most satiating breakfast food. It's not gonna get you ready for your day. It just tastes good, and that's it. I'm gonna put it at C tier. Alright, up next, coffee. I don't like coffee, so F tier. It's not really a food, it's a beverage. But I don't like coffee. I don't like the taste of coffee, so yeah. P- Pizza? Pizza's not a breakfast food. I mean, I already hate pizza, and that just gives me another reason to put it at not breakfast. It's not a breakfast food. I mean, yeah, if you eat it in the morning, it's technically breakfast, but I don't see pizza as a breakfast food, and also I don't see it as edible to begin with either. Unpopular opinion, I hate pizza. Alright, up next, cream of wheat. I hate cream of wheat. I'm putting it at F tier. Let's see. Up next, donuts. Donuts, I like donuts, but they're not breakfast, so not breakfast. I don't see them as a breakfast food. They're not satiating. Alright, up next, Red Bull. Red Bull is not breakfast either. I know some people need caffeine, but just drink coffee if you want to drink caffeine. Yeah, I understand. Coffee tastes bad, okay? I think coffee tastes bad. But Red Bull, first of all, it's a carbonated energy drink, and also it's not a breakfast food. And also, I don't drink any energy drinks, so yeah, I don't see the need in it. Plus, they can be dangerous if you drink them too often. All right, up next. Up next is my favorite breakfast food of all time, French toast. That is going up a champion. I love French toast so much, it is amazing. Alright, up next, fried eggs, sunny side up fried egg. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of eggs, but fried eggs, on the other hand, they're pretty good. I like when the yolk is runny, so I'm putting it C tier. It's not one of my favorites, but it's pretty good. Alright, fresh fruit. Fresh fruit is really good thing that you could have for breakfast. But I don't find myself craving it that often, so I'm going to put it at A tier. Fruit, an apple or a banana is great to eat at breakfast time. It gives you a lot of energy, it satiates you, it's great. Alright, a bag of granola. Like granola bars, I don't see them as breakfast food. They're not super satiating. They're great tasting, okay? I love granola, but I don't see it as much of a good breakfast food. Alright, up next, probably my most hated breakfast food of all time, grits. I hate grits with a passion, F tier. I don't know how unpopular my opinion is. I despise grits. I can't stand them. I hate the texture of them. It's a sensory issue for me. I hate the texture of grits. And the fact that, they're that consistency, and they're normally more accepted when they're a savory type of breakfast. Ugh! I hate savory food that has that kind of texture. It reminds me of vomit. Alright, but anyways, up next, hash browns. Hash browns are awesome. I'm gonna put them up at, S tier. Simply because, hash browns, I love hash browns, but as far as like a good satiating breakfast food, they're more of a side dish. So if they were very satiating on their own, they go up a champion. But S tier is where they go right now. Alright, up next, hot chocolate. Hot chocolate is my all-time favorite beverage aside from water. But, on the other hand, it's not a breakfast. It's not a breakfast, it's a drink. As amazing as hot chocolate is, I can't put it up, like, anywhere on the rankings because it's not a breakfast. It's a beverage. Alright, well, I guess coffee is too, but at least coffee has caffeine in it and it gives you energy. I just hate the taste of it. Excuse me. Alright. Up next, so all sorts of fruit juices. I can't talk right now, forgive me. Excuse me. Now, fruit juices, even though they're not technically a breakfast, they're something you could have, like, as a beverage with your breakfast. But I'm just not the biggest fruit juice guy. I mean, it's not bad. It's C tier. That's where I'm putting it. Yeah, my list is going to be a bit contradictory and confusing for a lot of people, but I don't care. That's how I feel. Alright, up next, milk. Now, milk is not a breakfast on its own, but it is, like, something you could have as, like, your main beverage, so... And I do prefer, milk over all the other breakfast beverages, so I'm gonna put it up at B tier. Actually, no, considering that, hot chocolate could be a really good thing to have as a beverage with your breakfast, so because I love hot chocolate that much, I'm gonna change my mind, I'm gonna put it up at champion. I love hot chocolate. Even though it's not a breakfast, you get the idea. Alright, up next, a muffin. Now, a muffin, I guess you could argue the same thing about a donut when it comes to them. Not satiating on its own, but muffins feel more like a breakfast than a donut does. And I love muffins, so A tier. Oh. Bless me. Alright. Anyways, nothing? Nothing? I'm gonna put it at unknown slash unranked. Nothing? I mean, I guess some people don't eat breakfast, so yeah, I can kind of see that, but I. That's all I gotta say. I don't know what to say about that. Alright, up next, oatmeal. Now, instant oatmeal is gross, okay? I don't like instant oatmeal. I like making it by myself. But I do like oatmeal. I'm currently tired of it though. I'm putting it at C tier. The way I make oatmeal, like I said, I don't use instant oats. I don't think they're good. But I do like making oatmeal from scratch, and I flavor with peanut butter and dark chocolate. Very good. But I'm currently tired of oatmeal, so up next is omelets. Omelets are fine. They're not one of my favorites. I'm gonna put it at C tier. They're a bit challenging to make, but overall, they're just an okay breakfast to me. All right. Up next, pancakes. Pancakes are good. Uh, if we're just talking plain pancakes, I'm gonna put them at B tier. If they had chocolate chips or blueberries in them, they'd be ranked a little bit higher. But regular pancakes, they're just good. All right. Up next, Pop Tarts. Pop Tarts. A lot of people do have Pop Tarts for breakfast, but you know, I like Pop Tarts, but I'm gonna put them at B tier because not the most satiating type of breakfast, but it still tastes good. My favorite flavor of Pop Tarts is the s'mores Pop Tart. If you guys want to know. All right. Up next is diced breakfast potatoes, home fries. These are great. I'm gonna put them at the same league as hash browns. Uh, they're more like a good side than they are, or a burrito filling, than they are like a good breakfast by itself. But yeah. Alright, up next, protein shakes. Now, I haven't had a protein shake in a long time. Protein shakes, not one of my favorite things, but they're still good. And I guess they could serve a purpose as for a breakfast, high protein, uh, B tier. Alright, up next, a breakfast sandwich. Now, breakfast sandwiches, as long as they're like, if it's like a griddle cake or a biscuit, that's the bread, it's good. But toast, not my choice. But overall, a breakfast sandwich in general, uh, I'll put it at A tier. If that was a biscuit or a griddle cake as like the bread and not toast, it'd probably go up at S. Uh, all right, up next, sausage patties. Well, sausage in general. Now, sausage links I don't really like, but ground sausage or sausage patties I do like. So I'm gonna put it up at A tier. I feel like, I don't like eating them that much by themselves, but, as like, part of a breakfast sandwich, or when I make a tater tot breakfast casserole, it works out great. Alright, up next, scrambled eggs. Now, this is the egg that I eat the most, the scrambled eggs. I'm gonna put them up at A tier. Then again, eggs are not one of my favorite things, but this is gonna be disgusting to some of you. The way I eat eggs whenever I make them is that I scramble them and I top them with maple syrup. I only like scrambled eggs, or any types of eggs when they're scrambled and they're topped with maple syrup. That sounds gross to some of you, but eggs by themselves have zero flavor. So and I think that because bacon and maple syrup is good, scrambled eggs obviously are. Considering bacon does have flavor on its own, and it tastes good with syrup, and eggs have zero flavor on their own, and they're also very easy to oversalt. So, yeah. All right. Up next, tea. Now, I think tea is the superior hot beverage over coffee. But then again, I used to hate tea, but I do like it now. Green tea with some honey mixed in it, I really like it. It tastes good, and it makes me feel good. I'm gonna put it at B tier. All right, up next, toaster strudels. Toaster strudels are very good. I think they're a better breakfast option than Pop Tarts are. I'm gonna put them up at A tier. My favorite toaster strudel is the cinnamon roll one. All right, and all right, up next is toast. Now, toast, I'd say as far as breakfast sides go, it's pretty good. Definitely better than bagels, but you know they're just it's just toast. So that's all I'm gonna say. All right, up next, waffles. Now, waffles I do like more than pancakes, so I'm gonna put them up at I'm gonna put them at S tier. Waffles are great. There's different types of waffles. Pancakes, they're really just pancakes unless you add something to them. But there's many different types of waffles, like the buttermilk waffle, the original one, Belgian Liège waffles, mochi waffles. Those amazing, amazing types of waffles. Waffles in general are great. I feel like they're a better like thing to put syrup on because of the pockets in them, and I also love how crispy they are on the outside. All right. Anyways, up next is water. Now, water, it's almost all I drink. Okay, so because even though it's not a breakfast thing, it's something you should drink all the time. I'm putting water at champion. It's a superior beverage. I drink it all the time. Who shouldn't? All right, but anyways, lastly we have a cup of yogurt. Now I like yogurt. I like yogurt. Uh, but by itself, unless you add like fruits or like strawberries or blueberries or granola to it, it's not going to be that satiating. You know, Yogurt's still good, but I'm going to put it up at A tier. Uh, so yeah, that's been my breakfast tier list. What do you guys think of this? If you disagree with me on any of these, that's fine. It's just my personal opinion. But post some below them opinions on this. If you like, see you thumb up. He see you thumb it down. Also, show me my back down in the description box. And be sure to click subscribe and become a member of the JLB faction on a jury 10,000 subscribers. God loves you. See you later.